on here, dude.
Was that?
Um, There's the free games on Epic.
All
One
right.
of the games is called.
Today's Thursday, so there's a no tomorrow's Thursday, so there's a new one coming out tomorrow.
Oh, so I should go back on tomorrow.
I think it was Joe before he left on vacation.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I showed him he was because he got the new graphic card, right, so he wanted to play some games.
Okay, okay.
And I showed him. I told him, "Yo, install Epic because they give you a free game every Thursday." And sure enough, on the week that he installed it, Dying Light was free.
Yeah,
Like a lot of times they give you these shit free titles and stuff, but um,
occasionally there's like those random hidden gems. You're like, oh, sweet. I wanted to check this out at one point.
yeah, like GTA 5 didn't pay for it; it was free.
Yep.
But then again, we forget GTA 5 is like a 2018 game, eh?
No,
2017? Yeah, I think so.
no, it's further than that.
Really?
Yeah,
You think it's like a 2015?
I think so. It's been around. It's been out for a while, dude.
Damn. I thought it was
I
bad.
think
I
we.
thought it was bad
Yeah,
enough. I thought it was a 2018. You're saying it's worse.
I feel like it's been around for a while.
Let's see. Just want to make sure everything is working. What's strange is that.
Oh, you're already streaming.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I just started.
Okay, okay.
Sorry.
No
I
worries.
might cough a bit in this stream, unfortunately.
No worries.
So,
Um,
but yeah, no, fuck. If you're telling me that they're going to bring out Hades 2, oh, I'm all in.
yeah, no, I just saw the trailer today, actually, and yeah, it came, dude. It came. Grand Theft Auto 5 came out in 2013. I knew it was a while back.
13?
Yeah, it was around the same time as Skyrim.
Holy shit! I didn't think it
That's
was
that's
that
why
old.
people that's why people are like they're saying like
It's 10 years
GTA
old.
5. They need to come up. Yeah, they need to come up with a new one. The same thing with Skyrim. Like there was, I don't think there's been any talk for GTA 6,
That is
and Elder Scrolls 6 is supposed to be. They released some trailer a while back that like, hey, look, we're gonna
oh
do another Elder Scrolls game, and then it's been basically radio silence.
my gosh! All right, I'm just gonna take a sip and we're gonna get started. Ugh, I hate this.
It hates.
I hate it. I feel like I smoked cigarettes for like 20 years.
Oh my god.
Never touched a
The
cigarette.
heck did you? What the heck did you have?
Nothing. It was a sore throat. That's it. No fever. No nothing. Just a sore throat and a cough, and I lost my voice, and that was it.
Ouch, man.
So Mando,
Yes.
Mando, season 3, episode 8, final episode of the season.
Mm,
Um, it was short. I was surprised.
it was.
I
I
didn't know it was gonna be like 35, 40. It was under 40 minutes. It was in the 30s.
I was a little disappointed that like they spent so long on the third episode, and then this one was as short as it was. I was expecting a bit more out of it.
Same. I thought they would go all out. They would make it long, but to be fair, what we got in the episode was enough. You
Yeah, it
know,
wasn't too bad.
so it wasn't too
I,
bad.
okay, I have to ask this question. That that dude Axe that basically runs back to the ship,
Yeah,
and he's all like, "Guys, you all have to get out of here." The what's her name? Bo-Katan said we all have to leave. Everyone evacuate ship, abandon ship, abandon ship. Did you not think that he was going to be like double crossing in some way, shape, or form?
100%. I thought that he was
I
gonna
was
be a dick. You know.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. There were so many signs that were like there that he was going to do it,
Yeah.
and then
I thought
he
yeah,
actually tried.
I thought that either him or the armor were gonna betray.
Oh, maybe.
I thought one of the two. The way that it was set up, I had the impression that one of those two was going to do that. Um, but no, we didn't get that at all. So to me, this episode is very easy to sum up. It's just a one giant fight on Mandalore
Yeah.
versus Moff Gideon and his army, and that's pretty much it. That's what the whole episode is. And to be fair, the fights were good. Like
Mm.
there was a scene where the Mandalorians are flying in to the cave, and they're
Yeah.
going right up against the jetpack stormtroopers, or Moff Gideon soldiers, and it's just like a
Mm.
mid-air battle. At like when the camera pans out and you see both of them flying into each other, it looks kind of stupid because it looks like like a swarm of flies. Like that's what it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't look stupid, but it looks funny. And but
Well,
I really liked the action, and it pumped me up. Like it was fun.
yeah, it wasn't anything that it felt like there were some stakes on the line, but it didn't feel like there was overly that much stakes. Like it did what it needed to do. It was a fun little action set piece, and I had a good time with it.
Well,
I was missing. I don't know. I still didn't think there was that much at stake. Like it felt like there was, but the second Mando got out and he was fine, all the tension just kind of melted away. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
that fight in the midair.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I felt no stakes. I felt nothing was in jeopardy here
Mm.
because, quite frankly, the show didn't elaborate on any of those other characters. Truck is dead, and
I'm like, Croc, who the hell is Oh, right, Paz.
yeah, Paz is dead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Axe is on the Star Destroyer or the cruiser or whatever you want or whatever it's called. Um, so the only two characters involved in that fight is Bo-Katan and the Armorer that we've actually fleshed out in the show, if I remember
Mm.
correctly. So they're the only ones that are
For the
in
most
that
part.
fight, and the fight obviously focused on their actions, and how they were destroying things. And I'm like, yeah, I have no concerns here. I have no concerns here about these two individuals. But like you could see a couple of Mandalorians behind them being taken out, and to me they just didn't elaborate enough on the Mandalorians for me to be like, oh no, we're losing Mandalorians.
Yeah, no kidding.
And for me, it's still not very clear. Like, what the fuck? Like, okay, did that shot penetrate him, or is he being a bitch and he was just knocked out, or like what's going on? Like, I don't know. That's still not clear
Wait,
to me in my head.
wait, who's this?
Any of the Mandalorians wearing armor, every time they get shot, like they fall down, then they get back up. Or so it's like, okay, well, did that bullet penetrate you or not? I don't understand. So that's something that's not fully clear to me.
I'm just taking it as like, hey, they got hit in their armor plating, and it's like a policeman who actually has body armor, right? Like they have that body armor, it'll protect them from some stuff, but they're still gonna get the like the actual force of the shot. It'll still knock them on their ass.
No, yeah, I
But like,
agree. I agree. But it's just like
yeah,
they're in a midair fight. And
yeah,
it's just pew 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 in midair, and you'll see a Mandalorian get hit, and my thought in my mind is like, okay, well, did that shot kill him or is he all right? Like I don't know. Like
mm,
like if they really wanted to drive home like the fact that hey, we're losing Mandalorians, show me their deaths. You know, show me them getting
yeah.
shot out of the sky and slamming into the ground. It's a Disney show.
That's
It's a Disney show.
it is, but I feel like they haven't had much trouble in going into some dark routes here and there.
Yeah.
But
Like the way
but I do
Paz died,
feel,
Paz was fucking brutal.
yeah, no kidding. But it was pretty epic. It was like a way that I would have wanted someone like him to have gone out. Like just literally going out guns a blazing.
Yeah.
And they did pretty good with that.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I felt like there was a lack of stakes. Like I said, the second Mando got up and he was fine. Like the whole tension kind of went away.
Well, okay. Like I said, I'm one of the people that follows the drama in the background of the development of the show, right?
Nah,
So when you went into this episode, did you know anything?
not really. No,
Okay.
I didn't want to like outside of watching all the like the episodes that were coming up. I didn't want. I don't like going ahead and seeing like what little spoilers there can be or like the trailer for the next episode. Like
Okay.
even though we were doing that a little bit with Last of Us, I felt like it kind of disappointed in some areas. You know what I mean?
Okay. Now
To
I
like know that what was coming up next.
so with this episode, all that I knew was the campaign that was put out there by the people that are developing the show, by like the actor who plays Din Djarin, like the in the physical bodysuit, not Pedro Pascal. Um,
So wait, I have to ask that. Is Pedro Pascal literally just voice acting
yeah,
his character?
he's
This
it's confirmed that he's just voice acting at this point.
wow.
You know what? Fair enough. If it means he doesn't have to fucking take off his helmet all the time, cool. Then he can actually be a real Mandalorian.
I guess I find it's a bit of a kick in the dick considering the first two seasons he took his helmet off. Now he's like, I'm gonna keep my helmet on, but it's okay, Bo-Katan. You can take yours off.
Yeah,
It's cool.
yeah. um, so going into the episode, what I knew was that LucasArts and the actor of the show on Twitter hyped up the last episode like crazy. They said, "Oh my
Okay,
god, the
okay,
last episode is going to break so many hearts. Like you guys have no idea what's coming." So
okay.
so I went in with that expectation, right? Now
Yeah.
you went in without that expectation. So when you saw Din Djarin break out of his captivity by just he was a captive by just two soldiers, by the way, which is kind of ridiculous. But
Yeah, no
like
kidding.
you saw what like okay, I have to bring this up, but like in the previous episode when they captured him, he was surrounded by like five of them and they couldn't contain him, and they're like,
Yeah,
yeah, we'll just send two with him now.
I feel like it's like a typical like hero like scenario where they get captured and it's like, oh, we'll just leave them with that lowly
Oh,
one guard. He'll be fine. It
the,
like Austin Powers made fun of that whole
exactly.
kind of shtick.
These last two episodes were like such a Bond trope in an underground lair base, and his evil secret plan has been revealed, and now we're going to kill you, and these two soldiers will take you away so you can easily get rid of him. It's such a Bond trope, you know.
Okay, like all
um,
they were missing was literally a table and some lasers, and then that would literally have been Goldfinger right there.
yeah.
It's like no, we don't want to put a bullet in your head. Let's just put that laser and it'll slowly chop you in half. But
As the laser hits his armor, it just bounces off him and hits somebody else. Like, oh shit, it's pure Beskar. Fuck.
and then he runs off and he got away again. Why do we keep doing this? Who are we funding?
So you went into the episode not knowing any of that stuff. I went into the episode convinced because of what was said on social media, like how they were hyping it up, that somebody was going to die in this episode. Like they said, it's going to
Okay.
break hearts. You guys have no idea what's coming, you know. And I was like, oh shit! So they're gonna kill off somebody, man. So I was like, is it gonna be Din? Is it gonna be Bo? Is it gonna be Grogu? Like who they gonna murk? You know. And so for me, I was a little bit more on edge. I was like, ooh, who's gonna get it? You know. But
Mm.
I thought about it after watching the full episode, and I was like, if I didn't know that tidbit of information or that campaign that they did, yeah, no, there's no threats in this episode at all.
The only one that I could think of was like Grogu, but even that didn't even feel like it was something out of his hands.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and
I
and
mean,
that's the thing. So after Din breaks out, he goes after Moff Gideon. He
yeah.
starts fighting him, and then Bo-Katan shows up and assists him. And within that period, Grogu is captured by those Red Guards. I keep getting their name wrong. They're Praetorian Guards or something like that.
I
Anyways,
don't
I
remember the
forgot the
names,
name, but
but
they're
yeah.
but they're the same guards that appear in like the sequel trilogy, right?
I, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like they had to try and like they brought those guys back literally to make them seem like a little bit more of a threat rather than in the movie where you see them dancing around and not doing
Oh
anything.
yeah, oh yeah.
I think
Oh,
there's an actual scene
or
in
when one of them fell into like a blender and it just turned into flowers. It was like okay.
Oh my God.
So yeah, so after that, we see Grogu is captured by the Praetorian. Well, captured. He's dragged away by the Praetorian guards. And I'm sorry, like I understand we're trying to go for like original stuff here, like the puppet and whatnot, like Yoda puppet and Grogu puppet.
Mm,
But it looks fucking stupid, man. Like it really looks bad. Like
yeah, a little bit.
there, like I saw some people like slow down the scenes and told you, hey, go watch this scene again. And it's true. At some points, it's just you could tell it's somebody who just took the doll and just like threw it, and someone filmed it, and they're like, "Yeah, we got it." it's it's ridiculous, man. I was like, "Yo, just fucking CG, just add a little bit of CG, like yeah." Throw the doll, film it, but animate his arms or something. Like, no,
Well,
it's just a
considering what
stiff ass doll doing this in the air.
considering what they're spending for like the actual lighting and the scenery for this whole show, you'd think they could actually afford a little bit of CGI
Well,
for the
that's
guy.
it. That's it. And everything else looks great. It's just Grogu when he has to do any type of action. Like remember that episode when they were training him with the foundlings? He did that thing where he
Yeah,
jumped over him and then jumped back and then shot him 3 times. Yeah,
yeah,
the fuck was that? Looked like trash, man. Sesame Street shit.
yeah.
But anyways, I thought that was a nice scene because we got to see Din Djarin come to the rescue, and in this episode, honestly, Din Djarin fucking kicked ass. Like he
Mm.
whooped anyone within his face, man, other than Moff Gideon.
Oh, that whole hallway scene where he was literally telling R5 like
Oh yeah,
open the shield.
yeah,
That and he progressively got like a new weapon as he was going. Yeah, that was cool.
yeah. It was insane.
That was really fun.
It was beautiful. Like to me, that like think about it. You're one of those guards, and you're watching some dude mow down your friends one by one and arming himself better and better and better coming towards you. It's fucking intimidating, man. I thought it was really nice. I think they missed a great opportunity though, and it was
Mm,
this because like we're trying to show off Grogu using the Force, right? And he's working together with like Din Djarin,
yeah.
when after Grogu gets captured, and he you get like this, force pull, smack, force pull, smack, force push, smack. It's pretty cool. It's nice, but they're still minimizing Grogu's use of the Force, I guess, because he's a child. But I was hoping to get like a fucking like a God of War moment, Kratos and Atreus moment. You know what I'm saying?
No, I was sort of thinking that too, considering the first what was it in the first season, he like literally stops that giant bull
Yep.
that's literally about to kill Din Djarin, and then now he can't handle three guards.
And not to mention that within this same episode we're talking about right now, he fucking creates a force field protecting them from a fireball that lasts about 6 minutes. So,
Yeah, no kidding.
so, so I was hoping to see like like in God of War, like you'll see like fucking Kratos like smacks Baldur, Triss comes in, kicks Baldur in the face, back to Kratos, back to Atreus, back and forth, back and forth. You just see them destroying this enemy, or like
Yeah,
X-23 and Wolverine and Logan when they start working together
yeah,
in the forest. It's like I was
yeah.
hoping we would get that moment. I was like, oh, they're building up to that, and then I was like, no, Grogu just laid there and did this. But then again, if the reason they didn't do that because they didn't know how to do it without making the puppet look fucking stupid, okay, fair enough. I agree with it.
That's where they should have like just bend the rules. Like, okay, come on, let cut out with the puppet act. Let's go with the CGI.
Just get a little bit of CGI in there with. um.
I
So
mean,
so
they did it for Yoda, and we all know
yeah,
how well that turned out.
no, but Yoda's fight in the prequel trilogy was pretty fucking sick. No, he was fighting Dooku or Doku or whatever.
Dooku, yeah. No, that was freaking
That was
phenomenal.
insane.
Everyone like that. I think that was like everyone's redeeming quality of that movie was just like, oh, okay, like well, the movie was all right, and then it's like the Yoda fight.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
they were like, who's this old ass worm always talking wise and shit? And then all of a sudden, he's like, oh, he knows some shit. It's like, so I was hoping we would get that moment, but we didn't. And then,
Mm.
I, am I wrong or Moff Gideon's suit is like mechanized? Because every time he was moving, he sounded like Iron Man.
I think it was mechanized. I think it was. I mean, it's obviously got to have the same kind of stuff that the Mandalorians have, but maybe a little bit more so.
Okay, because
I don't know.
the way he was moving and the way he was landing his punches, like it seemed like it hit with a lot more force, and that would make sense if it's mechanized, like an Iron Man suit or something.
Mm.
But to me, the moment for me that convinces me it's mechanized is when he just grabs a dark saber and crushes it.
Yeah.
Like I don't think you could do that with your bare hands.
No.
He just went boop, no more dark saber. It's like that's all it took. Um, I'm not entirely sure what that's supposed to mean though. The fact that the dark saber's gone now. So I didn't think it would be that easy to destroy, and I thought that when you destroyed a lightsaber or like you destroy the kyber crystal within a lightsaber, like
Yeah.
there's like a fucking explosion that takes place. No?
I mean, I would imagine so. That I'm not sure, but I feel like maybe depending on where the kyber crystal was. I mean, he could have just destroyed the actual thing that actually allowed the kyber crystal to do its magic,
Oh yeah, it's possible.
rather than actually destroying the actual crystal itself.
Yeah, it's possible. Um, so anyways, then we have that. Then Axe comes in and literally crashes the party. Everyone bugs out except for Din Djarin, Bo-Katan, and Grogu after they they don't really defeat Moff Gideon, um, but
He kind of just gets self-owned.
uh
He kind of more gets just like self-owned.
yeah, exactly, yeah. And he stands, Moff Gideon stands there and has the ship crash on him, and he burns up. And then Grogu does this thing, and he creates a force field. He just goes full on, I am Groot, and protects everyone from this from this fire and destruction around him. And after that, everyone survived the fight. Every character that you knew who they developed survived.
Mm.
Axe, Armor, Bo-Katan, Grogu, Din Djarin, the female partner of Axe there. Like they all survived. They're all there.
Yeah.
You know, Apollo Creed's still there. Um, they bring back IG 88, whatever his name is.
Yeah, he's now IG-12.
IG 12, but they
Yeah.
actually went and found his head and put it back and reinstored him, and now he's the marshal.
Yeah.
Um, so I have no fucking idea what I'm supposed to be heartbroken about. I am confused
Maybe
as to the
maybe that
marketing.
it's over. I honestly don't know.
It's not over. Season 4 is already filming, or
Oh, this,
season 4 is already written. It's done.
okay. I don't know. It just I honestly, like I said, it didn't feel like there was anything at threat
It didn't feel like a
or at
season
stake.
finale.
Yeah.
It did not feel like a season finale. It was short. To me, it was short, and yeah, sure, we resolved the arc with our big baddie, um, and we got some sick fight scenes with Din Djarin. I'm
Mm.
curious to see what Joe has to think because I don't know if he'll be upset that we didn't get like an epic space battle. Because I thought we were gonna get the epic space battle, right? And
A
then
little bit, yeah.
at the start of the episode, you just see like the Mandalorians leave the cruiser and they start speeding towards Earth, and you know there's TIE fighters speeding up towards you. Like, oh boy, here we go. And what do you see? They just slip past the clouds, and the other ones go back up, and like, oh, okay, so we just skipped the whole fight. Gotcha. All right.
It didn't even see shit.
Yeah, they just drove right past each other. No one gave a fuck. That was weird.
Oh my god.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so that was pretty much it, and then we get them relighting their forge. Mandalore has been reinstated, and then Dozer gets baptized, and he becomes he's no
Oh
longer a
yeah.
foundling; he's an apprentice, I believe, is the term. Um,
Yes.
and he can now pursue in his father's footsteps, and Din Djarin decides to do the same thing. And again, I thought we were gonna have a great moment here. And so they said like how Armor tells Din Djarin he can't go to the next step because he can't speak the words of the creed. So he has to remain a
No,
foundling.
yeah.
And then Din Djarin is like, well, can a parent speak for him? And he said yes. And he says, well, then I will adopt Grogu. You know.
Mm.
And then he accepts the creed, and Grogu is one of them now. Which again to me, um, it's another missed opportunity in my opinion. I feel free to cut me off and jump in when you want to.
Okay, okay.
Um, to me, it felt like a missed opportunity because I thought they were gonna say like, yeah, if a parent speaks on behalf, then I thought Din Djarin will say, then I'll go find his parents.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting a little bit more of. Considering they don't really. I mean, outside of that one recap episode where he kind of recaps his past, I was expecting a little bit more out of that too, for him to like dive more into Grogu's past, but they just kind of gave you that little tidbit that one episode and
Yeah,
then didn't touch on it again.
exactly.
Um, but no, I thought that they might have touched a little bit on his parents because like usually they start the Jedi's out very young, so I figured his parents must have dropped him off. And what's it? The race that Grogu is and Yoda is and whatnot, it's kind of shrouded in mystery, but they want to keep it that way. They don't want a lot of people to.
Hmm.
They don't want to create too much lore about it. They want to keep it mysterious, sort of like the Joker and Batman. Like that, you don't
Yeah,
really know who exactly Joker is. Um, so
you
yeah,
don't even know. Yeah,
I was expecting a little bit more out of maybe finding his parents or seeing something along the lines, but
because
no, they didn't really.
I get that it's a nice gesture for Din Djarin to say I will adopt him here and I will be his parent from now on. It was a nice
Yeah,
gesture, but to me, you were already his caretaker. You know,
pretty much.
like that line is it's supposed to be a great line. It's supposed to mean something great. You know, and officially, yeah, it's a great thing. But to me, it kind of fell flat because in my mind, I was like, okay, you're to me, you're already his parent. So
Yeah, well, especially since like he kind of what's it called? He left the whole Jedi training and to become a bounty hunter.
exactly, you know, it's
You know?
to me, it was like, okay, well, this is. I thought this was obvious, but apparently it's not, and we're not gonna go look for his parents. And then he sets off. He heads back to Navarro. He meets Apollo Creed. He gives him the marshal, and they have a piece of land where they're just chilling. And Grogu is fucking with a frog, and and
Yeah,
it was and to me it was the most anticlimactic ending I've ever seen to a show.
it
Like,
it felt like they just kind of rushed through it, be like, here you go, here's a nice happy ending.
yeah, it
But
was
that was about it.
such a quick, happy, right off in the sunset ending. You know,
Mm.
it felt weird. Like to me, it felt like they didn't earn that. Like I don't think you struggled enough to earn this. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, like I said, from the second he got free in that whole episode, it just all the tension went away, and then they never really brought back much of anything. So now I'm curious to see where they're gonna go for the next, I guess the next season.
Hmm.
Because where can you really continue off? I was really surprised they were even going to do a third, considering how the second one ended.
Yeah. So, a
Um,
key scene that I'm missing. Sorry. Din Djarin goes over to Blue on his planet, and
oh yeah,
and tells him, "Hey, we want to hunt some Imperial people for you, you know, and just don't tell them that we're doing this, you know. we
mm,
want to work. We want to indirectly work for the Republic, you know." And
mm,
that's it's hinted that that's what him and Grogu are going to be doing from now on. They're going to be hunting illegal Imperials across the galaxy for the Republic
yeah.
in the Outer Rim. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. So if you had to give this episode a rating, well, where does it stand for you? And if you want to add anything you liked or didn't like, go ahead.
Hmm. I don't know. I'd say it was about an 8 because there was a lot of good. There was a lot of fun. But I do feel like we've pretty much been saying. There was no real tension. There was nothing really at stake. It was a fun episode to watch and to see how stuff came down. But I was a little let down that they could have done more with a lot of the characters. They could have done a little bit more with Grogu. Even with again with Bo-Katan, just for me it felt like it was more of a Bo-Katan story than it was a Grogu and Din Djarin. It felt like it just came to this last episode where they focused more on him.
Yeah, where they
Um,
let him go wild. So
yeah, so like for this, I'd have to say at least for this episode was an 8, and as for the series itself, I'd say maybe I don't know, maybe a 7, 7.5.
okay, yeah.
Yeah,
What I'll say is about this episode that for me, it's a good reminder of why Din Djarin is a force to be reckoned with. Like, don't like.
yeah,
It's a good reminder because lately I felt like he's been handling the situations where I feel like most civilians can handle. You know,
yeah,
like yeah, I'm sure they don't have Beskar armor. If they get shot, they're dead. But I feel like a lot of civilians would be able to handle what he does. But when you saw what he did in episode 8 here, yeah, that's why he's, you know,
he's where he's at.
that's why he's our star. So
Yeah,
okay, so yeah, so for me, it's gonna be episode 8 is also going to be an 8. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a good
yeah,
episode. I hated the puppet fight, and I disliked the ending. I thought it was a shit ending to the series.
yeah.
To me, that really fell flat. Um, Now as a series, as a season, sorry, as season three, for me, it's going actually. It's probably going to be a 6 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
I there was for me they didn't know what to do this season.
Mm, yeah, I
Uh,
can agree with that.
like there's a lot of good episodes in this season. You know, there's a lot of good things and a lot of exploration of the Mandalorian culture and the people and what they are. Um, but to me,
There's nothing really that gripped you. Eh?
nothing
That's
ever gripped me. And like you said, there's a big emphasis on Bo-Katan's story, which is okay. But I'm getting really tired of TV shows and movies um, focusing on a side character because we're setting you up for the next thing we want to sell you.
yeah,
Like no, just finish what you sold me first. You know, finish what you sold me
yeah,
and then sell me on the next thing.
yeah. No kidding.
So
I mean, if,
I was a little tired of that. You know, of Bo-Katan always being the focus, or being shoved to the center of the screen, literally in one of the episodes. um, so for me, it falls at a 6, and also the fact that they didn't know what the fuck to do with Grogu. They had no idea what
yeah,
to do with him because he wasn't supposed to be there this season.
no, that's it. There was. I mean, if Din Djarin felt like he was like kind of pushed to the side, Grogu definitely felt like he was pushed to the side.
Oh, the
He
moment that
was.
we had that episode with Lizzo and Jack Black, yeah, that fucking episode, and
Oh man.
what they do with Grogu, they let Lizzo babysit him. I was like, yeah, the writers have no fucking idea what to do with this lizard. They have no idea what to do with him. They were so
I
lost.
feel
They
like
got Lizzo as a babysitter, bro.
they have like they have the cream of the crop as far as merchandise goes because like everyone wants Grogu. They love Grogu, but
Mhm.
I feel like it's just he's a cutesy little thing. Because like Christina like loves the shit out of Grogu. It's like, oh, cute, cool. Oh, he's
Yeah.
so cute. It's like I don't want anything to happen to Grogu. It's like okay, it's I get that, but I kind of want a bit of tension and or kind of want a little bit of reason behind him being
You see,
character on him, other than him being a porg.
I mean, see, like to me, yeah, exactly. Just fucking a pork and a fucking like masochist. Like at the end, I thought he was gonna like force fuck that frog and then eat it or something. I was like, whoa, whoa. Remember, was it in season 2 where he kept eating that frog's babies? Jesus
Yes.
Christ. um,
Oh
and
my god.
like I think the reason why it scored so low for me the entire season is because they could have done so much more with Grogu if even if they didn't know what to do with him. Like
Yeah.
he wasn't present that much in the episodes anyway or in the season. So why have him there at all? That could have explored Mando's like feelings on how much he misses that kid. You know,
Mm.
it could have been a battle within himself.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter if Grogu was there, and maybe you could have like thrown in some like fucking flashbacks every now and then or dream sequences of Din Djarin and Grogu so that people could still see him, once in the episode to remind you that he's there. And then come the last episode, you just get your full on Atreus and Kratos moment of a trained Grogu with Din Djarin, and Grogu announces like, "Yo, I decided I don't want to train with Luke Skywalker and I want to be with you." He just shows up, like that. That would be sick,
Imagine
man.
he was actually training to be a Jedi with the IG-88 like robot, and he's actually manipulating it like a mech, using the lightsaber and everything.
Oh
And how
man,
awesome would that have been? While he's screaming, "No, no, no."
man. So for me, the season overall scores low because of that, and it's a little fucked up. Now, if we wanted to talk a little bit about the future of the series, you know that what's her name, Gina Carano, right, in season
Yes.
1 and 2, I think.
Yeah.
She was getting her own show called Rangers of the New Republic,
Mm.
and her show was going to be about her hunting the Imperials on the Outer Rim.
Okay.
So I think you can see what they did here with Din Djarin.
Yeah, they basically shoehorned him into that whole thing,
Exactly.
and
Is this Danny's chow time?
yeah,
Danny's chow time. I gotta make an intro for that. I swear to God.
cookies.
Cookies again. No, you gotta
Burnt
make you
cookies.
gotta mix it up, man. Burnt cookies?
I think they're burnt.
Ooh.
That's
Ooh.
okay.
Christina, he's judging your food.
It's horrible. No, they're good.
Um. So. So yeah. So I think you can see what they did with the ending here. Like they're basically setting up Din Djarin to be the Ranger of the New Republic. I think
Yeah, pretty much. I
if they
was
don't
sort of
bring her back.
hoping. I don't. I mean, I doubt it at this point. I think the only way they would bring her back is if, um,
Hey, she says go make it yourself. You lazy prick. I added that part. She didn't say lazy prick.
um.
Don't take no shit from him, Christina.
Oh my God, they're good cookies. They're just maybe a little bit burnt. I don't know.
Oh wow, he's still judging on camera, live too.
But
Wow.
they're delicious. The Felix and Norton cookies. I can't say anything bad about Felix and Norton cookies.
I don't know what that is.
You've never had Felix and Norton cookies?
No.
Oh my God. Do you like chewy cookies?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll get you some at one point. You'll try them. It's good. They're good.
She put it on broil by accident and then bake.
Oh,
Oh.
that's why.
See,
Actually, it kind of,
he's like
but
that's why one side's a little crispier than the other side.
no, it is because like they're supposed to be like a lightish brown, not like a dark brown. But it actually tastes good because like there's caramel inside, so it kind of hardened the caramel. It actually makes it pretty damn good.
There you go. He likes.
There we go. Anyways, off of
So
the topic of cookies and snacks.
yeah, this is
Um,
where Dan's chow time ends. I like the entire time we're talking, there's gonna be like a little jingle, like a little music playing in the background, So yeah. So as you can see, I think they're setting up Din Djarin to be the Ranger of the New Republic, and that's probably where they'll take the show, and that's how they're gonna introduce Grogu becoming a warrior. What do you think about that?
I mean, it'd be nice to see them actually do something with him now. Because I mean, all he is just what is he? Is he a foundling now or no? He's
No, no, he's an apprentice. That's why he's out on his
okay.
adventures with Din Djarin.
So I mean, it'll be nice to see him actually do stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
beyond.
hopefully they'll give him another mech to use.
I
Because I mean,
mean,
like outside of outside of him hopping around occasionally and doing stuff, they can't really do much with him. But at least if he's inside a mech being puppeted around,
yeah,
I
but
think that can make things interesting.
it's just I feel like okay, number one, if they're gonna do that and it's Din Djarin and Grogu becoming the Rangers of the New Republic,
Mm.
fucking drop the puppet act. Let's get some goddamn CGI in there, okay? I know we wanted the nostalgia, but it didn't work. The member berries were not good. um,
They should keep it in for the parts where he doesn't have to do much, where he just has to like I don't know act cute, but when he has to
yeah,
fight and all that, throw in a bit of the CGI. Like
yeah, exactly.
okay,
I don't see why they can't combine it. You're right. Um,
yeah,
uh, and you know what I feel is gonna happen because I
mm,
don't know the timeline of what's coming out. I don't know if I think it might be Ahsoka is coming out next, and then we're getting season 4 of Mandalorian. But
probably yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna use Rangers of the New Republic to set up Ahsoka even further. You know what I mean?
Wait, is Rangers of the New Republic actually still coming out? It's just minus Gina Carano.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
Okay, okay. I thought that's what you were trying to lead up with.
Well, I'm
But
pretty sure it's still it from what I understood it's still a thing. It's just not with her,
mm, okay,
which is unfortunate. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I just feel like they started off with something great with Mandalorian,
yeah.
and then they did Book of Boba Fett, which was meh. um,
I want to see how that turned out, but I don't know.
oh, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Like it's check it out. It's not horrible, but I kid you not. There's a scene where four teenagers roll up on their scooters with all different color hair, and I'm telling you, it's a real
Okay,
scene. It's really bad.
okay.
It's yeah, yeah. And yeah, and you can tell they're on like mopeds. Like it's supposed to be like small speeders, but they're on mopeds. You can tell. It's like the show had no budget. The to me in Book of Boba Fett, the most memorable scene was when Boba Fett was flying off in his ship and he dropped that fucking death charge. Oh, the noise that it
I love that
makes.
thing.
Oh man.
The boing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So check out Book of Boba Fett. I heard Andor is amazing. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I heard it starts off slow, but it picks up as it goes along.
Yeah, I heard Andor is amazing. Despite knowing what the future of this character is, we know what's going to happen to him because we've seen Rogue One.
Mm.
And now we're getting the Ahsoka show. I
Yeah.
believe we're getting a Bo-Katan show.
Are we? Okay.
I believe we are, and there's supposed to be Rangers of the New Republic, and I just feel like, and you know what was announced this week?
Mm.
They're making another trilogy of movies.
Oh, okay. I thought there was something else, but yeah, yeah, yeah. They have the Ray movie, and then I don't remember what the other two are, but yeah, they have three movies on the way.
She's coming back. She's coming back. The identity thief is coming back. So I
Oh
just
my God.
what I don't know is that are these shows, as far as I understand, these shows are canon, right?
Yeah,
So is that what this is all about right now? We're going to be setting up those movies.
I feel like that's what they're trying to do because I mean that's what they've been doing with a lot of their Marvel stuff lately, like using a lot of the TV shows to set up stuff. Because I mean, look what happened with what was it, Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah.
Like if you didn't watch the show, you'd be completely lost as to why
Why is she in
Wanda did.
exile? Or
Yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, you would be completely lost. But to me, how did you not learn from that fucking lesson? Marvel's
Mm.
tanking right now. Like they're suffering hard. No one gives a fuck, you know, because it's too much. It's too much shit to watch. You know.
I think it's yeah, no kidding. I think they're just trying to keep the thing alive, but everyone has like either superhero fatigue or Marvel fatigue or just it's just been too much. Like I liked the superhero movie, like the whole genre up until like Endgame, and then now it's like okay, I need a break.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And
Because we got our arc. You know,
yeah,
we got the Infinity arc, and we're pretty happy with it. And now I don't know what the fuck Marvel's gonna do that Kang was arrested and he got fired and dropped from his agency. It's like oh shit. It's like you got your own little Ezra Miller there. I see.
oh my God,
But anyways, so that's what we have for I believe Star Wars for Mando. Um, all in all, it was an okay season. To me,
yeah.
after season 4 comes out, I'm pretty sure I have a strong feeling that this season is going to be the one that I could say, hey, this is a skippable season. You can read a synopsis and be just as happy. You
Yeah,
know,
I can agree with that. I can agree with
that's how it
that.
feels right now. And as an episode for episode 8, it was great, great action.
Like I said, it
It was
was
a
a
fun.
fun episode. You didn't have to worry too much. Just go in there, enjoy what was happening. And as far as that goes, it did what it needed to do.
Yeah, it did what it
As
needed to
far
do,
as
except give you a satisfying ending.
yeah, that was basically it. There was no real satisfaction. There was nothing really that was at stake. It was just let's do an episode.
But I heard again rumors that the ending that we got, the sunset ending with the frog being messed around with, um, that was actually that wasn't supposed to be the ending, and that's why like
Oh,
the actor who played Din Djarin and stuff like tweeted out like, "Yo, you guys are gonna get fucking destroyed. You won't believe what's gonna happen." You know, that's why he tweeted out things like that, and apparently it was
mm,
changed because they were like, "Fuck, right." Rangers of the New Republic. We need to make that a thing. So, apparently, there's another ending to this episode, and that it could come out at some point, or we might hear about it. So we'll see.
mm.
Disney is no stranger to modifying their digital content, so they're not afraid to be doing that. So,
Yeah, no kidding. No, I don't know. I find it weird that they have to do so much to try and set up the next series when they don't completely need to. Like they
Not
probably could have just announced it and let it kind of build its own steam.
yeah,
Basically, if had Mando set like the actual precedent, made a good series, the next one coming up is like, hey, they did such a good job with Mando. Maybe let's see what happens with this other series
but
because of how good they did.
not only did you not need to set it up, finish the one you started at least properly.
Yeah,
You know, explore the shit out of that story before you start setting me up for the next one. It's turning
yeah,
into such a trope where you're just not getting good content anymore. And you know what? I don't think they give a shit because we're gonna watch season 4.
pretty much.
Like they don't care about providing you with a good story, anything memorable. But yeah, that's what I got for Star Wars Mandalorian season 3.
Yep.
Not bad, but yeah, could be a lot better.
Oh yeah, I definitely think so. I'm I don't know. I'm hopeful that eventually Star Wars will return back to its glory, but the rate that it's going doesn't seem likely.
Once I heard that they're making another trilogy and that Ray is coming back, I was like, oof, okay, that's so you're doubling down.
You you you're doubling down on beating a dead horse. I don't know what you're gonna try to get out of that, but have fun.
Yeah. Oh, all right. I gotta pick up the phone. Steph is calling me. Hang on a second.
No worries.